Hey guys, Kevin White here, PDGA number 126606, and I am showing you my 2021 in the bag. First, let's start off with the bag. I have the Ridge bag from Ridge Roller Customs. Shout out to Joe Robinson and all the great things he does. I also have a R3 cart, which is an amazing disc golf cart if you're thinking about getting a cart. So let's start off with my putters. Proto Fierce, I throw nothing but Proto Fierces at the basket. These are sometimes my drives for very understable shots. Definitely used for my putting. Absolutely love the way the Proto stamp looks. I've also got one of the Page Pierce Fierces that has just the PP logo on it. Great little disc, pretty much the same as what I've found with the Protos, just a little bit more slick finish, not as much of a chalky finish. For my upshots, I take the Glow Swirl Zone. This is a Michigan Disc Golf Organization limited edition zone. Picked up from a company in Michigan. Great disc. I use them for flex forehands, or I can throw them, almost full power, and they have no understability to them. Great approach disc. Another approach disc I have is the Page Pierce 2019 Fierce, the Crystal Fierce. Really straight shooter, has a little bit of understability to it. If you decide to turn it just a hair, it will hold that line. A little bit more stability of a Fierce is the 21 Tour Series Fierce in metallic Z plastic. Great approach disc, great driver off the tee, although I don't use the driver off the tee as much as I do the 21 Tour Series Luna. Also in metallic Z plastic. It has a little bit more stability than the Tour Series Fierce. To round out my putters, I throw off the tee for the majority these two discs. Overstable Big Z Luna limited edition, fairly stable Big Z Luna with the limited edition. Both misprints. This one's actually an ace disc. I'm waiting to get my first ace with this one, but great disc off the tee for throwing putters. To go to my buzzes, I throw a 21 Tour Series buzz. I wiped the stamp on it because I didn't care much for it, but I love the disc. Great stability on them. Have a nice reliable fade at the end for a little buzz. Not very overstable, just a nice fade. Also for pretty much a straight shooter, my 10-year buzz. Great disc, love these 10 years, love the way they feel in that Elite Z plastic. To go a little bit higher, I added the Passions, Proto Passions. These were absolute staples in my bag from day one. Understable, a little bit more stable. Great disc, throwing full power, can get them out to like 335, 340, 350 on a great day. Unreal distance. They have a ton of glide. They will hold pretty much any line you want to. You can hyzer flip them. You can anhyzer them. You can just keep them on a hyzer depending on the release. They are phenomenal discs. I'm truly glad that I added those to the bag. A little bit more stability in the mid-range side. Probably skipped out on these before I got to the Passions, but Test Flight Maltas. Pretty straight with a good little finish, more so like a Buzz OS maybe, but this is an absolute beefy Test Flight Malta. Don't throw it as much unless I'm in a really short corner where I need to fix those fades real quick, get through some gaps or something of that nature. My biggest add probably to my 21 bag is the Crystal Raptor. Limited edition release from Adam Hammis and Resistance Discs, and Jeff Corns out there is doing a great job. Absolutely one of my favorite discs I've ever thrown. I forehand these a lot, either straight forehands, skip forehands, or big anhyzer flex, and trying to get them where I need them to be. Great to fight through slim gaps, and you can just rely on these to be a quality disc in your bag. Adding to that, I throw the Test Flight Onyx, one of my favorite discs that I throw fairway driver wise. Has been a excellent add to my bag. Throwing them anywhere from 295, 300 to 350. They are just really, really great discs. I know a lot of the pros that throw the test flight. I know Adam Hammis does. I actually sold him one of those, and he's been throwing it on tour, and he absolutely crushes it. Paul throws it a lot. It's a very, very nice straight disc for this one. A little bit more stability is my Beat the Beast. Beat the Beast Onyx. It's also a test flight. Great little disc. Pretty smooth. Has a little bit of a fade to it. And my most overstable one is this nasty swirl. You see all the swirls on it. Got Paul to sign this at Jonesboro when I was talking to him one day. Great overstable fairway. It's not extremely overstable unless you really put some hyzer on it. Throw it really well. Yesterday I threw a 354-foot hole and parked it, and I was just amazed. I've never actually thrown that disc on that hole, so I'm definitely going to go and throw that one more often at the hole there. Test Flight Scorch. Love the feel of this disc. Definitely in the ESP plastic before they came out with the Johansson Scorches, and the Test Flights fly true to nature. They have a little bit of nice turn to them. You can hyzer flip them. They even have a lot of stability to them for an understable driver. Also in an understable driver, I have the Test Flight Hades. If you haven't thrown a Test Flight Hades, you're absolutely missing out. These are a very overstable Hades, which is interesting because Hades are typically very understable. I've noticed that all the Test Flight discs, no matter what mold it is that I throw, as you see I bag a lot, they're very true to what the disc is supposed to do according to flight numbers. Definitely has some turn to it, but always has a reliable finish. Bombing these things anywhere from 380 to 440, which is unreal for me because I don't throw as far as a lot of the people that I play with. And then Test Flight Homes. I like these a lot more than I like Zeus's. They seem like they are, the Zeus is a little bit more of a fairly straight disc, has a little bit of understability to it to an extent, and these just don't. A little bit of understability, but definitely a reliable fade, and this is an extremely reliable fade. Not so much of an understable disc at all. Can't really flip it over. I don't throw it as much as I have this one because it's newer in the bag, but I definitely like the way these Test Flight cones feel compared to the regular Zeus and even the Proto cones. So that's my 2021 in the bag. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Team Infinite, Infinite Disc, www.infinitedisc.com, and Mississippi Mafia, Team Mafia.